Alright, today we'll be doing the Mauer Toten Easter egg while arguing about Cold War zombies. I'm going to be reading your guys' controversial opinions about pretty much everything Cold War related, and basically just going to give you my hot takes. Cold War isn't that bad, and its perk and progression system works, and its wonder weapons are memorable and actually fun to use. So I actually don't love the perk and progression system in Cold War, because once you have all the perks and once you have all of your stuff upgraded, there's pretty much nothing else to do. I don't think it's necessarily good for the game that an entire currency of the game becomes useless after a certain amount of playtime. For me personally, I always prefer the progression in zombies being game per game and not necessarily like profile progression, because that's really what we're talking about here. Because like think about like a game like, you know, like all the order games. If you wanted to have like, if you wanted to be the best, like most OP version of yourself, all you had to do was like do a bunch of stuff in that game. You know what I mean? You just had to buy all your perks, get your guns all the way upgraded, blah blah blah, get the wonder weapon, and then all of a sudden you were like a super soldier. But in Cold War they made it so you had to pretty much like rank your profile up rather than just like purchasing a bunch of stuff to make yourself OP. I mean, there's definitely that type of progression as well. I like the system of kind of like the Black Ops 4, where it's you pretty much, you know, you do everything in a game, you get the Easter egg, you get the wonder weapons, all that, but there's also like camos that you can work for that kind of add a lot to the replayability factor of it. One thing I really dislike about Cold War is just how unoptimized it is to play on PC. Like, you pretty much have to have like an absolute god tier PC build just to be able to run the game. Usually my PC doesn't struggle, but when I try to record and play at the same time, like while talking, it can be a lot. And my PC, like, I've never had a problem running any game while recording, like literally ever. So I think it kind of speaks to just how unoptimized this game is. Cold War Zombies is fun because of the no perk limit and how they break the physics of jumping over vault, climb, etc. I actually really dislike the climb mechanic in the game, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it kind of takes away from the traditional like zombies aspect of kind of like always having to like keep your distance from zombies. Because in Cold War you could literally just like take like this zombie could hit me like 5 times and then I could just mantle over something and I'm alive. It definitely, the climbing just makes things way too easy in my opinion. All right, let's do this. Bro, I love Mauer so much. As much as I talk shit on Cold War for like not being my favorite game or whatever, I really have a good time pretty much every time I play Mauer Toten. There's always a good time to be had on this map. How many dig spots will I have to dig before I find the... Oh! There we go. I don't think I've actually sat back and played Cold War since Vanguard came out. And it was funny because the month or two leading up into Vanguard, I was pretty much playing Cold War like every single day. YouTubers ruined Cold War as a whole changed my mind. I couldn't disagree more with this comment. The whole idea of YouTubers ruining something is kind of just like dumb to me. Like, I don't necessarily understand it. Like, first of all, it's not a YouTuber's job to promote something that they don't enjoy or to kind of carry the community. Like, it's not the job of like those people to save a game. Like, that's up to the developers and, you know, the marketing team and stuff like that. Like that should be blamed for any like lack of attention to a good game. Plus, I think most YouTubers enjoyed Cold War, so I don't necessarily understand the comment. Plus, I feel like a lot of like new YouTubers kind of grew up in Cold War that, you know, weren't that big beforehand. Okay, let's do this. This is always a cool step. I always found steps and like Easter eggs that use like specific ammo mods to be kind of weird, but this one is definitely cool. Cold War system over BO4 perk system. I like getting multiple perks in one game without the use of gobblegum / elixirs. I'm somebody who kind of likes the Black Ops 4 perk system. Like, I definitely don't hate it, but it would have been nice if there were ways to earn the ability to get more perks. I think that that's like the optimal system. Sort of like, you know, the origin system of being able to dig up more perk bottles, or, you know, like the Zetsubal Planet system, able to get more perks that way. I think that's better than just being able to, you know, get all the perks you want. I would definitely rather just be able to get all the perks for free like in Cold War than to literally only ever be able to have 4 like in Black Ops 4. I don't know, it's definitely an interesting debate. I love doing like little secret like side Easter eggs to get free perks and stuff like that. I think that's what I miss the most while playing Cold War. Outbreak is with Mauer, the best of Cold War zombies. You know, there is an entire group in the zombies community that absolutely love Outbreak. Personally, I am not one of those people, but I definitely don't hate on it as much as some. It is like the ultimate like chill experience. Zombies was already like, you know, like turn your brain off and just kind of shoot some zombies, while Outbreak is like that times like 10. I was thinking of doing a video where I like run through all the Cold War zombies Easter eggs in one video, make it like a long ass, like, you know, probably like 2-hour long video, or maybe edit it down slightly, but I'm not sure. I have so many video ideas that it's just like hard to get them all straight in my head. I have like 3 different Google Docs of just like video ideas. There's one thing I love about Cold War. It's just how good the guns feel. Just how fun it is to just literally just shoot zombies. Like it's a chill, laid back experience. BO4 zombies was better than Cold War zombies. I agree. And if I had to summarize why in like one sentence, it's literally just because Black Ops 4 had much better map locations. Like, even as much as I love Mauer, at the end of the day, it's still just like a military base or whatever this is in Berlin. It's not necessarily fantastical, like playing in ancient Greece or a Roman Colosseum or anything like super interesting, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, I would just appreciate this game so much more if we just had some like crazy place or something like that, you know what I mean? Gotta let my boy Klaus pop off for a little bit. Klaus is a cold blood killer. He does not mess around. Bro, he's whiffing. Okay, here we go. Let's go, Klaus. Open that up, my boy. I feel like I entirely forgot that Disciples was a thing. I feel like I just tried to erase him from my memory bank. That is one thing about Mauer that does get a little bit like tedious. Is just the excessive amount of like mini bosses that spotted. Definitely my biggest complaint about the map. And I just feel like Disciples are such an annoying thing to deal with. I almost forgot to have Klaus open up this locker. 38, 23, 38. There we go. Got the Cerberus. One of my favorite wonder weapons of all time, and I'm not even exaggerating. Unpopular opinion, Black Ops 3 zombies looks better than Cold War zombies. Yeah, there's no denying that. But it's more of a color thing and a lack of clutter. Cold War has a lot of visual clutter. I got a lot of people on my like remastered video where I think it was like top 8 maps I want to see remastered or whatever I titled it. They were saying like, oh, but Black Ops 3 looks better than Cold War. Why would you want to see it why would you want to see like, you know, Black Ops 3 maps remastered? It's because that game came out like literally like 6 years ago, and is like, as amazing as it was, it's only amazing looking in comparison to newer Call of Duties. Like any other like franchise of games has moved way past that level of graphics. I don't know why they decided to have so much visual clutter in Cold War. I think it was a lack of time, a lack of ability to like optimize the game and the graphics and stuff. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I don't necessarily understand the terminology. I actually much prefer just how like Vanguard, I much prefer how it looks in comparison to Cold War. There's some obvious flaws like gun muzzle and gun smoke and stuff like that. Other than some obvious quick changes, like the game just, Vanguard looks a lot better than Cold War in my opinion. I've always had like a preference for like cartoonier looking games. Like I love Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 just because of how clean and like cartoony they look. You know what I mean? Like my favorite game of all time is Overwatch. It's like the classic like cartoony looking FPS. It's very simple. It doesn't try to look realistic, you know what I mean? It intentionally makes itself cartoony and, you know, fantastical, which I much prefer. But I know not everybody like thinks the same way I do. Like I'd much rather have a game that's fun and, you know, clean looking than to have a realistic looking game. Like realism does not matter to me whatsoever in video games. Like literally not at all. Okay, we gotta transport this stupid canister looking thing. People who shit on Origins are also the same people who played Cold War Zombies as their first game, or swear that Kino is the greatest map of all time. I think this comment literally perfectly splits apart the three factions of Zombies players. You have the, you know, the classic, like, Kino der Toten's the best map of all time. I played Zombies one time at my friend's house in like 2011, and I love Kino der Toten. Then there's like the Origins fanboys, you know, like the type of people like me, which I feel like is probably the majority of the Zombies community. And then you got like people that are like newer to Zombies that only started playing like very recently, probably haven't really touched Origins. But yeah, I feel like most of the people that hate on a map like Origins are more of the like old-timey people, like the Kino der Toten fanboys, more so than like the opposite. Yeah. Ow, owie, ow, ow. Here we go, one more. In-game progression like Vanguard is far better than out-of-game progression like Cold War because it only panders to casuals who can't unlock everything fast. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I said it earlier, I much prefer in-game progression in Zombies than out-of-game. I wouldn't mind if all out-of-game progression was entirely to like get skins or to get camos or whatever it is. Like all like aesthetic reasons, and then all the in-game progression was left to like actual like the gameplay stuff. I think that's the best system. Again, something like, you know, BO3 and BO4 did that. The BO3 like, you know, camo system wasn't exactly inspiring by any means. Before Vanguard came out, Cold War was the worst Zombies. I think as far as Treyarch goes, yeah. I like every Treyarch Zombies outside of Vanguard. I like Cold War a lot, but is it the worst Treyarch Zombies? Probably, at least for me. Grab our last canister. One of the biggest like arguments surrounding Cold War is content, like the amount of content. Like some people say that like, oh, Cold War has more content than any Zombies we ever had, and then other people obviously say Cold War had less content than any game we've had. And so it's kind of like the community doesn't really even have a good read on just how much content it has, which is kind of interesting. I think it all just kind of comes down to what you define as content. Like, are you looking at content as only the sheer amount of round-based maps, or are you looking at the whole picture, the outbreaks, the onslaught, like all of those like modes that I personally view as more of like a side mode and not like the actual Zombies, but other people might count that as like literally like content. I think one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is that if Onslaught was on PC and, you know, Xbox from the start, I think we'd look at it much different, like as far as just amount of content. It's just so weird that it was only on PlayStation for literally an entire year. So like, you know, more than half the community just didn't have like half the content in the game almost. I just think it's unbelievably insane that we still have to deal with like console wars and shit like that in 2021. Like literally, like nobody cares. Like pretty much every game is like cross-platform by now, but we still have like PlayStation exclusive stuff and Xbox exclusive stuff. It's so weird. Yeah, I gotta defend my boy Klaus here. I've been known to mess this up a few times in my life. Literally, I'm not kidding you. I don't know if there's another wonder weapon that's as fun to use as the Cerberus. Okay, gotta go. I need to try to bring Klaus and stop the train right now if I can. Come on, my boy. Let's flip that. Where's Klaus? Stay right there. Let's go, Klaus! Bro, Klaus was alive for so long right there. That's actually nuts. Have you guys ever seen what happens if you stay on the train? So you'd think that if you stayed on the train, you'd probably die, but this is what actually happens. It just teleports you back. And I feel like nobody knows that. I sure didn't know that until I tried it for myself. Hard Easter eggs are trash. They should be easy like Cold War did. Yeah, I disagree. That's so boring. Like, I don't understand why people have the argument that easier Easter eggs are better. It's like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. I don't know why people intentionally ask for less content. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, people would really rather have like a bare bones game with absolutely nothing in it than to have something with like a lot of content and things to do. It baffles me of just some of the people that are in the Zombies community. I don't understand. Like, if the developers give us content, people complain about it. Like, it makes no sense. Like Black Ops 4 was absolutely like filled to the brim with content, and people complain that it was too much. Utterly insane. I just realized I don't have Jug yet. It's so funny that you just like literally don't need anything. I'm gonna go grab Jug though right now. Why not? Okay, put that there. Grab this. Gobblegums suck because they're pay to win, and at that point they make the game too easy. I view Gobblegums as like Black Ops 3's difficulty setting. Like it'd be like intentionally like playing Black Ops 2 Zombies, intentionally putting it on easy mode, and then complaining that it's too easy. It's like, no, that's entirely an option. Gobblegums I look at as a creative way to do a difficulty setting. Like the people that say Black Ops 3 was too easy because of Gobblegums, like I genuinely don't understand that take. Because then you could make an argument that any game is too easy because pretty much every game has had some sort of difficulty setting. But Cold War, you're like literally default OP. The only difficulty setting that Cold War has is the Rampage Inducer, which only works till round 20, and then it goes right back to being like the easiest zombies game ever made. Forsaken was a really lazy map. I know everyone said how cool Red Light Green Light would be as a zombies map, but the way they brought it over really didn't work as the finale to Cold War. Felt like the story and the map theme were completely opposites of each other. I know Mauer and Firebase were taken from the campaign, but Forsaken felt like the most copy-paste out of all the Cold War maps. Yeah, I've always complained in like a bunch of different videos. I've complained about how Forsaken is easily like the laziest feeling map that we've ever had in zombies. In the fact that it's just like a bunch of different areas from that one mission in the campaign, and it just which I wouldn't complain about, but it doesn't work as a zombies map because they literally had to just like throw teleporters together just to try to like make the system work, just try to like make the map work. It's like the map didn't flow good enough to be a zombies map, so they just added teleporters to like duct tape the rough edges together, and it just feels lazy. Okay, put that there. Grab this. Transit would be fun with the Cold War engine. With better graphics and ammo crates around the map, it would be a lot easier, but that's what I like about playing Transit now in Black Ops 2 because it's hard. Cold War Zombies is fun, gets boring and too easy after a while. Yeah, I think Transit would work a lot better on like newer consoles. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun to play like a Transit, a Die Rise on like the newer engine, whether that's Cold War, Vanguard, or you know, whatever they're making for 2023. Okay, I'm gonna pack a punch this for the second time, and I'm gonna just start the boss fight now. I don't think I really need anything else. I have Jug, I have speed, I have stamina, we got quick. I'm gonna go grab a death machine, and then I'll get right into it. Unpopular opinion, but I think Cold War Zombies is the worst story in any zombies game. Yeah, I mean, I've never really been that into the story. Like, I've never really cared. I always care much more about maps and like gameplay and stuff like that than story, but I definitely was not into the Cold War story whatsoever, and I don't want to act like I'm just like harping on Cold War for having a bad story, because I genuinely didn't give it the time of day, but I really haven't given any of like the zombie story the time of day. Like I know kind of generally what happens, but that's about it. It's not like I'm like going around looking for radios on like the older maps and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna just pop this death machine because this is getting a little frustrating. Oh my god, actually just obliterating her. Ow, ow, owie. How is she still eating? Why is she eating so much? Okay, moving on. I'm very low on ammo. I just looked down and realized I have 14 bullets. It's funny as hell. I don't have enough salvage for armor. Well, that's not good. And I don't have enough ammo. I don't have enough money for ammo. This is actually not that good right now. This might be kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I got 14 bullets and a dream. Don't worry, I got this. I have a green shotgun. Oh no. Imagine if I actually don't complete this. I gotta pull out the death machine. I have to do it to him. I have to do it to her. Oh, if I die here, I'd be so mad. Oh my god. I'm dead. I'm dead. 15 HP. 15 HP in a dream! Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, I'm completely out of ammo again. Oh wait, I have enough money. I have ammo. I feel like she's chunky right now. I feel like Valentina got stronger. Oh my god, I'm max ammo. That's so huge. I think she's done, right? Cold War Zombies is fun and all, but it lacks the personality, creepy vibe, and charm of older zombies experiences. Simple things like character voice lines and intro cutscenes, many other tiny details, made a huge difference to the overall zombies experience, which has been neglected in Cold War. Yeah, it's without a doubt the operator system, like, extremely hurt Cold War Zombies. Like, it's so hard to kind of get sucked into a map when the characters are so lifeless, you know? when you literally don't care about them whatsoever. Yeah, and the main reason why I think like the whole vibes of Cold War are just bad. One, like you said, like the whole operator system is just really hurts the whole experience, but also just the map location in general. Just the fact that each map is just like the exact same. Like we're at a Nazi research facility. Like, I don't know. Just gets really old really quickly, just doing the same thing over and over again, but in just like different areas around the world. In comparison to like think Black Ops 3, like Shadows of Evil, we got the, you know, Morgue City, an entire like city developed with Cthulhu vibes and just like crazy over the top, like just insanity. Or even like all the way on Black Ops 1, like we're going to Shangri-La, like the, you know, the mythical, like fictional place or whatever, like entirely fantastical. And then the next map is on the moon. Even back then, they took us to some like absolutely just like crazy places. This wipe attack of Valentina is a little spoopy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of spooked. The amount of times your armor just gets completely destroyed during the Valentina boss fight is kind of sad. Take this, take that, take this. Oh, I'm dead. Oh my god, I actually thought I was gonna die there. I got stuck on something. Alright, here we go. The final wave. Come on. Come on. There we go. GG. GG. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like and leave your controversial opinion down in the comments.